Have you ever wondered who the youngest successful rappers in music history are? Well, let me introduce you to the duo that made waves at just 13 years old. Yes, both of them were only 13 when they skyrocketed to fame. In this video, we'll dive into the story of Kris Kross, the duo that every kid in the 90s was obsessed with. These were the guys who set the trend of wearing pants backward, a style even referenced by Eminem in his hit song My Name Is. With both members named Kris, the Kris part of their name was a given, but what about the Kross? Well, according to one of their mothers, the name Kross was inspired by a nickname Kelly earned when he was younger. A 1992 Washington Post article revealed that Kelly was so fond of applesauce that a teacher nicknamed him Chrissy Crossy Applesauce. As for their stage names, Kelly chose Mac Daddy, and Smith went with Daddy Mac, a nod to the term Mac, which symbolized a man who attracts a lot of women. Their big break came when Jermaine Dupri, one of the most influential producers of the time, spotted the boys at Greenbrier Mall in Atlanta. Dupri noticed the reaction of the people around them, especially the girls working behind the counters, who were acting like they were seeing TV stars. Curious, Dupri approached the boys, who were only 11 years old, and asked what they were doing to draw so much attention. Daddy Mac's response? "We're just cool." Dupri was blown away by their effortless charisma. Kris Kross wasn't your typical aspiring rap duo, Dupri explained. They didn't have demos, they weren't trying to be rappers or singers. When I met them, I asked, "What do you guys do?" They just said, "We're cool." That's when I knew I had to get these guys the record deal fast. Kris Kross wasn't initially focused on making music, and they certainly didn't see it as a potential career. But everything changed after they released their track Jump. The song dominated the Billboard charts, holding the #1 spot for 8 weeks. It was also the third best-selling song in the US. In 1992, with over 2 million physical copies sold that year alone. Following this success, they dropped their debut album, Totally Crossed Out, which sold an impressive 4 million copies in the US. The duo also started a major fashion trend, wearing their clothes backward. From t-shirts to jeans and even caps, Kris Kross made backward fashion cool. Their debut album cover featured them sporting jeans and New York sports jerseys, all worn backward. This look became iconic, and soon, many others in the 90s followed suit, making Kris Kross almost synonymous with the backward clothing trend. Their influence didn't stop at fashion. DJ Smurf, for example, recalled seeing guys at his college sporting the backward look, clearly inspired by the Jump video. Even though some within the Atlanta music scene weren't fans of Kris Kross's music, the duo didn't mind. They had already met Michael Jackson in 1992 and even went on tour with him. Despite their success, Kris Kross didn't fully grasp the magnitude of their fame at first. For them, it was all about having fun, with little stress involved. Kris Kross enjoyed a period of fame, winning numerous awards. In 1993, they released their second album, Da Bomb, which did well but didn't reach the heights of their debut. In 1996, they released their third album, Young, Rich and Dangerous. Although it received some positive reviews, it was their least successful album, signaling the end of their meteoric rise. After their third album, the duo decided to part ways, venturing into solo careers. Many attributed this to the natural evolution of their voices, which had matured over time, causing a shift in their musical vibe. Kelly and Smith began focusing on writing and producing albums independently. In 2007, the group briefly reunited, working on various projects, still under the guidance of Jermaine Dupri. However, in 2009, photos surfaced showing Kris Kelly with noticeable bald spots. To counter speculation that he might have cancer, Kelly clarified that he was dealing with alopecia. During this period, Kelly didn't just stick to music, he studied audio engineering, managed a small record label, and even co-ran a daycare business with his mother. The challenges of the post-fame years weren't easy for Kelly. DJ Nabs, the group's DJ and a longtime friend, noted that Kelly often felt abandoned by those around him during the tough times. Despite the setbacks, Kelly established his own label, Secco Records, and continued to pursue his passion. In early 2013, Kris Kross reunited for So So Def's 20th anniversary concert, marking a brief return to the spotlight. Sadly, just a few months later, on May 1, 2013, Kris Kelly passed away from a drug overdose involving heroin and illegal substance at the age of 34. Kelly was found unresponsive at his home and later pronounced dead at an Atlanta hospital. The Fulton County Medical Examiner determined that his death was accidental, caused by the combined toxic effects of heroin, illegal substance, ethanol, Xanax, and Vicodin. In the aftermath, a woman who identified herself as Kelly's friend informed investigators that Kelly had consumed a mixture of heroin and illegal substance the night before. She had taken him home to recover from his drug use, according to a police report. Chris Smith, Kelly's close friend and longtime collaborator, described the overwhelming grief he felt upon hearing the news of Kelly's passing. "You just kind of freeze," Smith said. "For me, everything just stopped. The whole world went silent. I don't remember much after that moment because my mind just went blank. I shut myself off from everyone, trying to process the loss. I had never lost anyone so close to me before. We were like brothers. I can say Kris Kross forever, but without Kris, my life will never be the same. I just hope our legacy in hip-hop is never forgotten. I'll do everything I can to keep Kris's memory alive." After Kelly's passing, Smith began focusing on other pursuits, keeping his personal life largely out of the public eye. If he has a family or children, he has chosen not to disclose that information in interviews or public appearances. He continues to engage in aspects of his music career, but prefers to stay low-key. Kris Kross left an indelible mark on 90s culture, but their journey was as complex as it was iconic. As we remember the legacy of Kris Kelly and Chris Smith, let's celebrate the influence they had on music and fashion. What are your memories of Kris Kross? Share them in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the stories behind the music.